Hi, this is yet another video where I want to go into more depth of how this conduit stuff works. I will use QGIS to tell about it, and I also created some slides and some drawings here where I kind of try to tell what is going on in real life when the field crew has to construct what the planner has planned. So I will not talk about the UI and stuff like that and what the customer like there in this video. I will try to show you how a branch out of a conduit is done in real life. And I will start with a very simple one, and then I will maybe later show you some more advanced ones. But basically the principles are exactly the same. It's just, more objects. So from a user perspective, from a UI perspective, I mean, I think if we can handle the simple case, it's not that much more difficult to handle the complicated, I think. But we will see. So I think we go back to QGIS. Now I have created this plan area here. So the idea is that the black stuff is the stuff that's already there, the network is already out there, and the brown or red stuff here is something that is has to be constructed in real life. So a planner has put in this this route because she knows that these houses need fiber, and typically what they will do, they will know which one wants fiber when they start the project, and some of them they might not want yet, and then they will put some pipes to their premises, so it's ready to be connected into the house when they want to if they want fiber. So this is the typical way they roll out. Okay, but the thing is, when you want to provide such an area with fiber, what you're going to do is you're going to place something we call a customer splice point, which is typical a cabinet. So this is a point in the net that is closest to the customer. So from this guy here, there will be one pipe for each customer, for each house, and they will blow a cable from this guy here into each customer house and connect it to their fiber box in there. Okay, so this is kind of the last point before the customer, and that's why we call it a customer splice point or customer cabinet. Sometimes it can actually be a well, because some cities don't allow cabinets, but it works exactly the same. So if I zoom in a bit here, you can see that this cabinet here I have placed here in the road. This I think is normally the way they do it. So they have some kind of already existing trench going here with some multi-conduiting, I cannot pronounce that name, conduits in. And actually now I have changed them from the last video to something more realistic. So I have put two round ones in, one that is 7 times 12 millimeter, and one that is a 10 times 10 millimeter. And you can see one is called O with a slash 40, and O with a slash is Danish for, it means it's a round one, so, and it's a diameter. So 40 is 40 millimeter in diameter, that's 4 centimeter wide. The other one is 5 centimeter wide. Okay, so this is just so that the planner knows, okay, we have these two pipes running here. And what is important when you place a customer cabinet is that this guy here has to have a fiber cable blown from a flex point. So there's a flex point up here. So you can find it here, the big cabinet. And from here, you will blow a fiber cable to each splice point that this guy here will serve. So you will typically blow a 48 fiber cable or maybe more to each splice point from this through a pipe. So you know that you need at least one fiber per customer. So if you have a 48 fiber cable, you will be able to serve 48 customers from this cabinet. For example, I blow one cable down here, and then I will connect these fibers to a fiber cable going into each house. Okay, but I will tell more about the fiber connectivity later. But you just have to know that the idea is when you place a new cabinet that you should be able to blow a cable from this guy here to this guy. So we need to find a pipe that's not occupied in this trench and make sure it's connected to this guy, and then so we can blow the cable, the feeding cable we also call it, to the splice point. And to do that, we will place the cabinet, of course, and then we will dig a little trench to the main trench here, and dig down and make a conduit junction here. And this is what this video about is: how do they do that? How do the field crew actually implement this stuff in real life? I think that's important to know the process of that, because then you'll better know that, I mean, what is necessary in terms of so they can do it correctly. Okay. Let's look at this one. This is my attempt to kind of explain what's going on in real life. So here you can see we have the road out here, and you have the cabinet. This was supposed to be the same as I have in QGIS. See the cabinet. Zoom out here, the road here. So what they will do, they will dig down to these two pipes that runs in the existing trench, and of course they will dig in somehow to the cabinet where the cabinet has to be placed. Maybe they don't place that cabinet yet, but they will start by making sure that there will be a pipe from here into the cabinet. So they start by digging the hole, and then of course later they will have to open up one of the multi-ducts that's lying in the ground already. And already here it's very important that they pick the right one. So yeah, if they open up the wrong one, that will be, well, a problem, right? So they have to be able to identify the right multi-conduit, the field crew. And then they will cut something we call they cut a window in it. And they do that something like this. They have some kind of tool so they can cut a hole in the outer, we call it the outer duct, the outer conduit, the orange stuff. They'll cut a hole in that, and then so they can access the micro conduits that's going inside. And then they're gonna cut one of them. And here again, it's very good they don't cut someone that is occupied, because some of them will be probably fiber cable blown into some of them that goes to different splice points. So the idea is they should cut one that is empty, and the planner has already decided which one they should cut. So you can imagine this guy here, this single conduit here that they cut here is it's this point in the network. This single conduit, let's say they took the red one, so it will go all the way up here and into actually a well that's here. I will get back to the splice point how this one is constructed, but the idea is then that they will blow a cable in the red one, right? And of course it will the idea is this should go around here and go up in this, right? Okay, so they do like that. And what they then do is that they will put what we call a single conduit It's just a little pipe with the same diameter as the micro pipes in the multi conduit, and they're gonna connect these two together with some small. They have some small junctions. They can put them together, and then they're gonna place some kind of we call it a conduit enclosure around it to kind of protect it. So you can imagine they can kind of put the lower part first, and then they can stick in the little pipe here and connect it. You can see here there's a guy that's showing how it works. And these boxes here, where you can do that, they can come in all kind of flavors. And this is not actually that important. You can think of these boxes as they have several ports. This guy here has 3 ports. These 2 and this guy. So, and when we're gonna make the UI, we're gonna make it, I mean, we're gonna use this port concept to kind of draw it, you know, automatically. So, but we will get into that later. But just think of it as just a box with some holes in that they put around it to protect it. So this is the most simple branch out as the most simple junction you can think of, basically, because you only branch out one single conduit. So the rest you just let go by. And then you close it and put some, you know, put dirt in the hole again and whatever you need to do. But this little thing here then goes into a cabinet like this, okay? And then finally, see here I tried to show now they have closed it, right? Then finally they will, from the cabinet, make sure there's pipes to all the customers. See here, this is an example of a cabinet that have quite a lot of customers. So each of these, actually it's not true, one of these is typical, the feeding cable comes into one of these. Maybe it's orange, none, I don't know, we cannot see which one it is, because they have small labels on and stuff like that. And all the others are going out to the customer. Okay, so let's take the QGIS again here. So you can imagine you have this one single conduit going into this, and then from this guy here, they put a lot of conduits in the ground. So they dig up the whole street here and put all these conduits in the ground, so each customer have a conduit. And then they put everything again and make sure everything is nice again. And then later they can blow the cables and connect everything. So you can say that that's first a crew that basically dig the things up and put the pipes down and connect them together. And then they, put the dirt on again and so on. And make sure everything looks like it was before, your pathway and everything. It's a very big job. And then, you know, after that, you really hope that the pipes are connected correctly together. So that's why we need this, that we can document it very accurately. And so it's easy for them to understand what they should do. Okay? I think that's it. I just want to make this video because now you know what's going on out in the real life and what the basic problem is with these conduits. I will gonna show you some more complex example where they have many multi-ducts they put into a junction and do all kind of connection between them. And also they have sometimes they use valves, so they can actually access afterwards where all the conduits goes into. And but I will show that in some other video. I think after this video I will create one where I'm gonna show how this stuff, how they like that to be documented. I mean, in terms of the UI, they can create some schematic that can show what's going on inside this guy here. So the technician is very easy for the technician to know what they should do, which pipe they should cut, and so forth. Okay, that's it. Bye bye.